Well, Senator, good morning. How are you?
I'm great, Hoppy. Good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm well, thank you. What do you consider, not what you want to happen, but now that the governor has the budget, what is most likely to happen? What is most likely to occur now that the governor has the budget? Not what you want, but what you think is really going to happen.
Well, I really think, unfortunately, that he's going to veto the budget and hold out for additional revenue sources, which, I think that's what's going to happen, and hopefully we'll be able to turn that around quickly for him.
If, in fact, he does that, or some form of that, and says we need additional revenue, we need a tax increase, is it likely that, given that the Senate has passed tax increases, which have failed in the House, is that on the House? Does it have to start there? Do they have to be the ones who say, okay, we'll do it before the Senate will put its toe in the water again?
No, at least I don't look at it that way. I'm one that says, look, leaders lead. We do the right thing every day in every way that we can as soon as we can. And I believe it's I have said all along that we need additional revenue to backfill this tremendous hole that's been left by the Obama administration's attack on the fossil fuel industry. So I have voted previously for tax increases on cigarettes. I will do so again. I will lead in that effort, and I think the Senate will lead. What I would say, though, is not so much on the House as it's on the governor. Oh, my gosh. I mean, here's a guy that his own party has rejected his plan. We need a little help. I mean, we can do 99% of the work, the Republicans, but we need a little help from the governor's office to get some high-minded public servants in the Democrat Party to vote along with the governor of their own party.
Well, define a little help. I mean, put numbers on it in the Senate and the House. If, in fact, there's a proposal for, let's say 65. That's the new number floating around. I want to get to what John Schott said in a minute, but let's say 65 cents. What's the number of Democrats that the governor would need to corral in the Senate and the House to say, okay, all right, everybody's kind of trying to play ball here?
Well, I'll say this: it's certainly more than one in each house, which is what they were able to deliver before. And I'd like to see at least half of their caucus, at least half, vote for their own governor's proposal. And I hear the objections. It almost cracks me up. The objections to the proposals are often it's not enough, so therefore I'm not going to take any of it. It's like I don't know, like if you owe somebody, if you owe the bank money, which is essentially what the state of West Virginia has, a debt obligation. We have an obligation to provide these government services. We don't have enough money to provide them. And some of the Democrats are saying, well, since I can't fund it all, I'm not going to fund any of it. And that's just a ridiculous argument, and I call upon them and the governor to, pull yourself out of that mindset and let's do the right thing.
What about, and Senator Mitch Carmichael's with us, the Senate Majority Leader. What about, though, on the House side? We just talked with John Schott, who is a guy people look to as having an informed opinion about things. And Schott says, I got on board with the 45, and you got no Democratic help, but he could not vote for 65. Now that's a big flip. If a guy like John Schott says, I can't go with the 65 cents. I think there'd be a lot of Republicans in the House who said, I went with 45, I can't go with 65. Don't you think?
Yeah, probably. And I have the utmost respect for John Schott and all my colleagues in the House, both Democrats and Republicans. I feel confident that they will, at the end of the day, recognize the enormous needs upon the revenue concerns for the state government. We need to find the cuts. We've done so. This budget, Hoppy, cuts $120 million out of previous expenditures. So that's a great lift for the for bringing.
Well, does it? I mean, I don't, not to quote about the money, about the figure, but does it really? Because some of those are sweeps of what are called one-time monies, and some are cuts, and some. I mean, Tomlin's budget cut $90 million already. So you're saying,
well,
okay.
Which is our budget? I mean, it's the budget that he brought up, and we adopted. We added to those $90 million in cuts. We added about $30 million, so we're at $120 million in cuts that the legislature has approved. So when you look at it, that's $120 million in reductions of government expenditures. And what I would say is we can't fix this problem in 1 year. We have to do it and put it on a trajectory of bringing the budget into a structural balance where we have the revenues that can't afford the expenditures that we have. So we're cutting expenditures. We need to take some out of our rainy day fund, about a third, I would say, of the problem, and then raise some revenue. That's the right way to do it, and I believe at the end of the day, we will get there.
15 seconds. So obvious question. What are the odds that July 1 the place will be operating?
100%. We're not going to allow this government to shut down. I mean, it'd just be ridiculous to do so. And I would like to alleviate the care and concern of the people of West Virginia that this government in any way, shape, or form is going to shut down. We're not going to allow that to happen, at least on our watch.
We'll leave it there. Senator Mitch Carmichael, Republican from Jackson County, the Senate Majority Leader. Mitch, thank you. Good to talk to you.
Okay, thank you.